What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a freshly new and updated girl talk, and I'm basically going to just be talking about confidence and friendships and pretty much all of that stuff, whatever comes to my mind. And I'm going to try to base it off of questions I receive. So yes, so I don't remember the last time I did a girl talk, so let me go get my phone so I can go look. Okay, so I have my phone here, so let's go look on my YouTube. So the last time I did a girl talk was 6 months ago, and I believe this was probably November or December, around that time, and I've definitely changed a lot since then. So we're gonna get into confidence first. So when I first came onto social media, I was very cocky, very into myself, very confident. I loved to advocate how pretty I was, and I loved to say things like, oh, y'all not with me, and I just love to say how much I adored myself, and basically just saying cocky stuff pretty much. And as y'all know, I've been getting more and more closer with God, and as I get closer with God, I realized it is so important to be humble. It's so important to be humble. And also, let me say this, even when I did used to say how pretty I was, I never put anybody down. I was just very into myself, very cocky, but I didn't put anybody else down, if that makes sense. So I've just realized, like, I can know I'm pretty and I don't have to say anything, like my captions, I don't have to do the most in my captions because I know I'm pretty, and I'm pretty sure everybody else knows I'm pretty too, so I don't have to do the most, because from the outside looking in it, it looks like I'm doing too much, and you never want to look like you're doing too much, especially when you're already pretty. You don't have to do too much, boo. You can post a picture with no caption. You can post a picture with a cute little emoji, okay? As long as you know you're cute, that's pretty much all that matters. And yesterday I was in church, and my pastor, he was just talking about humility and being humble, and I'm like, dang, like I've really came a long way. And I don't know how long you guys have been watching me, but if you have been watching me from the beginning, I'm pretty sure you have seen how much I've grown and how much more humble I am now. Like, I don't really do too much. I don't really even talk about my looks that much, and if I do, like, it's not that, and I used to get a lot of hate when I first came on social media, and not like, and I started to be like, dang, like, why is motherfuckers jealous of me? Like, dang, like, I'm just being me. I've always been like this for a long time, guys. I've always been super into myself, super cute, super girly, and I've always known I was cute. And looking back, I'm like, maybe, mind you, this gives, like, this is not me saying like they should have been hating on me, but maybe they were hating on me because I was always, throwing it out there that I was cute. And to some people, that does trigger people when you post stuff like that. I want to give y'all an example. Like, let me go look, like, in my notes. Let me just go in my notes. Like, let me look at my captions. This is the type of stuff I used to say. Like, every time I post a pic, I make a bitch go change her aesthetic. It's true, but I don't have to say that, like, it speaks for itself. Next one, I'm the type of bitch jealous hoes can't hang with. Next one, every bitch know you. Wait. The next one is, I'm gonna give bitches a minute to shine and then tell them good riddance. Or something else. It's like, all these bitch. See? This one right here. Yeah, I think I'm better than you niggas. You can't humble me. Look, I just have a whole bunch of, dang, can it focus? Like, just a whole bunch of, captions. And it's like, that's okay, but like, just as I get older, it's so attractive when you see a pretty girl who knows she's pretty and she doesn't have to say anything, you know? And I feel like that's just something I've learned. And I feel like the girls who are most confident with themselves are the girls who don't have to say it. They just know they're pretty, and that's all that matters. So that's some advice. If you're like that, then I suggest you change it around, because it just looks like you're doing too much. And it's okay to, you know, do it here and there. I'm not saying don't ever call yourself pretty, but like, don't do the most. Like those captions, you're kind of doing a bit much. You know what I'm saying? Like captions like that trigger insecure people, or it makes people look, and it's not your fault, but it's just more holy and godly to be very humble with yourself. So yeah, so now I think we should talk about friendships and just like all that type of stuff that has to do with friendships. So when it comes to friends, I think I can give good advice on friendships, even though I don't have that many friends. I've been through enough friendships to give advice about them. And I've learned about myself that I've been through like a lot of bad friendships, which is why a lot of times when you guys ask me if I have friends, I probably say no, or I don't have any friends. And don't take that literally. Of course, I have friends and people I talk to here and there, but I really don't have friends that to me. First, let me tell you guys what the definition of a friend to me. A definition of a friend to me is somebody who we are friends. Like, I can count on you, you can count on me, you're genuine, you don't talk bad about me, I don't talk bad about you, you've never messed with one of my boyfriends, you've never talked to a boy, like girl code, like all that type of stuff. I take friendships very seriously, which is why I don't call everybody my friend. Most of the time people are acquaintances, and that's okay. Like, I feel like in life you should have a lot of acquaintances and a small circle of friends. And yes, I'm very big on loyalty and all of that type of stuff. So that's why when I say I don't have friends, like, that's basically what I mean. And so if you like, a lot of girls ask me like, oh, what should I do if my friend is talking about me, or what should I do if my friend is doing this, that, and the third. If you have to question your friend, if your friend is doing anything that a friend should not be doing, you don't need to be friends with that person. And I've also learned that you don't necessarily have to cut everybody off for every little thing, because I've noticed one thing about me is you do something weird that I catch and weird, we're done. I'm most likely not going to tell you what you did wrong. I'm just going to cut you off, and you're going to be like, dang, why she don't talk to me no more? And 9 times out of 10 you probably did something. But I've also learned that's very unhealthy, because a lot of friendships I have let go down the drain because I didn't address the issue and didn't like try to work it out. So if that does happen, if it's a small thing where you guys can talk it out, definitely try to talk it out and like, converse about it and see if there can be things changed and rearranged. And if not, then you can just remove yourself from the equation, and it does not have to be beef. Yeah, so when it comes to friends, I think that you also need to have friends for like certain occasions. Sometimes people are not going to be your everyday friend. Like, there's friends that you have where y'all talk about boys, and you have a friend where y'all go shopping together, or like you have a friend where y'all don't really talk, but when y'all see each other, y'all, or you have a friend where y'all only talk over the phone. Like, learn to group your friends. You don't have to be the best of friends with each one of your friends. Just kind of like, oh yeah, when I want to go shopping, I know who I can call, or when I want to gossip, I know who I can call, or if I want to talk about boys, I know who I can call. Like, kind of put your friends in folders, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I can't really say too much about friends because I don't know, but I know that I'm a great friend when I am a friend. So yeah. So, what else can we say about confidence? with being confident, I think that it's really important to love yourself and to not let what other people say about you trigger you or make you mad. I've also learned like the best response is no response. So if somebody is taking time out of their day to come on your page and try to say something about you, they're miserable. Because me, somebody who's very comfortable in their skin and is very confident with themselves, I would never go on nobody's page and try to lower their confidence by putting a comment. I don't even have time to be doing stuff like that. I'm too busy to even be worried about somebody else. Do you get what I'm saying? So that goes for you too. If you're watching this as a confident person, don't do stuff like that. You should not be knocking other people down. If anything, confident girls, we need to build each other up. Okay? So yeah, I always say this: don't listen to what nobody has to say about you. No matter how much people say things about us, at the end of the day, we see ourselves in our eyes, because at the end of the day, this is our life. Okay, so forget what people have to say about you. And yeah, next we're gonna be talking about boys. So if y'all don't know, I am gonna be a junior in high school in August when school starts again. I am not a sophomore no more, and so I think I know enough about boys in high school, and even if you're in middle school, because I feel like middle school is really when all the boy drama starts. And let me tell you this right now: boys should be your least concern. You should not want a boyfriend. I've just been learning, like, having a boyfriend during school is really pointless, because 9 times out of 10 you guys are not gonna last. And if y'all do last, y'all gonna last for so long, and then you're gonna break up and you're gonna be hurt. And let me tell you something: it is not fun to be heartbroken while going to school, because you got school, you got work to do. Like, these are your years where you should be having fun. Boys, you should just be having fun with boys. Do not be having sex with them. Do not be trying to do stuff with them. Like, really just play with them. And when I say play with them, that I mean talk to every single boy and just be having all these boys and stuff. I really just mean, like, you know, hang out with them, talk to them, but try not to get too serious with them. You know, boys should just be something you should be doing when you're bored and you want to go and you want to flirt and stuff like that. But my advice is, do not be taking boys serious right now, because they're not taking you serious. Even if you think you guys are locked in a relationship, I guarantee you that boy not thinking the same way you do. If anything, he just like, oh yeah, that's my main bitch, okay? And I'm just being honest. Boys is not the move. Take it from me. But yeah, and if you are in a relationship with a boy and you're in high school, my advice to you is always make sure he likes you more than you like him. Do not be buying him a bunch of stuff. He should be buying you stuff. And do not be beefing with these girls about these boys, because let me tell you, these boys don't be beefing about us. And if they do, they quick to get back cool. Like, you ever notice with boys, it's never no real beef around girls. Even if they fight or talk slick to each other, it's never no real beef with boys. If anything, they be like, we could share it. Okay? So don't be beefing with no girls about no boys. And yeah, anything fries before guys. So yes, that's my advice with boys and stuff like that. So I noticed a lot of people ask me about hygiene tips and stuff like that. So let me give you guys some tips. So I'm not really too big on skincare. I don't really use a lot of stuff on my face because I have very sensitive skin. I'm quick to break out. So my go-to, I've learned my skin is always the best when I just use a hot rag, some witch hazel, and some, I use like little those little pads, you know, to wipe my face after I wash my face, and the lotion. I use the CeraVe moisturizer for my face. And also, witch hazel has many purposes. Some people say you're not supposed to use it on your face, but My mom uses on her face, my nana, like this is just a tradition for us. So yeah, but you can also use this under your arms, or you know, behind your ears and creases, or like even the creases of down there, like not inside but the outside, you know, if you sweat a lot or something like that. It helps to clean the air and, you know, have you feeling fresh and stuff like that. And what else? You know, perfume and stuff like that. What else? I'm trying to think of stuff like tips. Like, if y'all can't tell, do y'all see how long my lashes are? I use castor oil on my lashes if you do want to grow your lashes. And yeah, what else? I don't really have too many hygiene tips. I'm just like you. I take showers and stuff like that, but definitely use some witch hazel and castor oil on your lashes if you want them to grow and keep your nails done. Here's a great tip. Even if you're not going anywhere, try to get up, try to get cute, and do something to your hair, even if it's just putting it in a bun or just, you know, brushing it, wetting it so it's moisturized, you know, just to help yourself feel nice and clean. Even if you're not going nowhere, it really does help, because you look how you, I mean, you feel how you look. Like when I look terrible, I low-key be feeling terrible inside. But when I be feeling nice and cute, I be like, girl, it's a good day. You know what I'm saying? So definitely a good tip. So knowing that most of my viewers are like in my age range, whether you're older than me or a little bit younger than me, if you're going through a heartbreak, I do have some tips for you. If a boy broke your heart, I have some tips for you. So let me say this. Everybody heals at different paces. If it's taking you a long time to get over somebody, trust me, it's okay. Like, I think people don't understand when you really like actually like somebody and things don't work out and they were like a big part of your life, it can actually really damage you and change your way of thinking. It will change a lot. Like, it's crazy how as humans we can get so attached to one person that if we stop talking to them, it low-key like messes up a lot of stuff that we do in our daily life. And I just want to say it gets better. Like, I know you probably think it's the end of the world, you'll never love somebody like that again and stuff like that, but trust me, it's not the case. And my biggest tip is to not sit and dwell and be sad about it. The more you sit and dwell and be sad about it is the more that it will hurt you and the longer it will take for you to start healing. Because trust me, if a boy broke your heart, let me tell you something, that boy is not sitting up in his house sad and depressed, no matter how much, even if he hitting you up talking about he miss you and the whole time y'all been broken up, he just been sad and it's no other girls like you. Baby, I know, but trust me, he's not been sad. He been outside every day. He been linking with girls. He been doing everything, okay, while you been being sad. So don't be sad, and I don't recommend you go do the same thing. That's not how you heal. The best way to heal is just to start focusing on yourself, start enjoying life more, you know. But I also do recommend letting it hurt. If you need to cry, cry. Talk to God about it. Journal. Do everything. Just everything. Keep yourself busy. Do not let it take over your life. Okay? Because that is not the way to go. And you have to let go. You have to accept. If he cheated on you, if he hurt you, if he was manipulating you, you have to see that for what it is. I feel like as girls a lot we like to try to make up excuses, or like, oh, but maybe he's going through things, or oh, but just making excuses. No, I know it hurts, but you have to be raw. You have to be real with yourself. This person truly did not care for me the way I cared for them. They disrespected me, they cheated on me, and you have to accept it. And most of all, you have to forgive them. And I know it takes a lot, but once you forgive somebody, and forgiving does not mean letting them back in your life. You cannot, if somebody hurts you, it's no way that you will be able to get over it if you forgive them and then still let them have access to you. Like, I feel like that's where a lot of girls mess up. They're like, oh yeah, we broke up, but like, we still text from time to time, and like, we need closure. No. One thing you don't need is closure. Baby, all that stuff he did to you, the way y'all ended, that was your closure right there. You don't need closure. Okay? You don't need closure, because 9 times out of 10, the closure that you want so bad, the closure you get from him will hurt even more, or it will just make things more complicated. The best way to move on is to leave it where it is and leave it there. You know, don't answer them no caller ID calls. And let me tell y'all are getting advice from somebody who has personally went to this, okay? The person who broke my heart still calls me on no caller ID to this day, and I don't answer, and I have proof. He just called me a couple days ago. Hold on. And baby, I don't answer. I don't answer. I ain't gonna lie, I used to answer. I used to be like, let me just see what he has to say. And then it would result in me unblocking him and us getting back into that like, you know, and it's just no. You don't let him back in your life. You forgive him and you wish him the best and you let him go. You focus on you. You focus on school. What Lil Kayla say? Hold on. They really be retarded, so these bitches get their mind off a nigga, run it up. If a nigga ever left me, I would never give a fuck. I would take the time I put in him and put it to my butts, and it's forever when it's real, so if you leave, take his fuck. What she said? I take the time I put in him and put it to my bucks. All that time you spent trying to learn him and get him to understand your feelings and communicate and all of that, you take that time and that effort and you go start that business, and you go start that YouTube channel, and you go start that content create, or you start studying if you want to be a nurse, or whatever you want to do. You put all the time you put into that boy, and you put into your goals and your dreams. You start going to the gym, you start working on you start growing your hair, you start getting your nails done more, you start getting cute more, you know. That's my advice to you guys. And at the end of the day, like I said, you can never rush the healing process. You can never rush the healing process, ever. Okay? So, yeah, that's just what I wanted to come on here and tell y'all about breakups and stuff like that, because I know girls be asking me, and I just know being a teenage girl, you have to have went through like some type of little breakup that hurt your feelings. So, this was my Kaileretheprettyprincessa the Pretty Princess outlook on that. So yeah. Also, as I get older, I think as girls it's very important for us to be aware who we give our energy to. For example, like I used to be more so the type where like if I'm gonna be honest, guys, I don't really talk to boys how I used to. Like, and I'm not like, it can be girls, boys. Well, this goes for actually girls and boys. I don't talk to boys or girls as much as I used to, because sometimes it's just like a lot. Like, for example, like it's like a lot of boys I used to talk to hit me up and I just don't answer, or like I'm super short answered, super dry, because I just realized like I cannot fake the funk. And I also just feel like I am a great person. I'm very sweet. I'm very nice. When I love hard. So I just feel like I should be very picky with who I'm giving that to, because people will really drain you. Like, I can't just be talking to everybody and just being friends with anybody just to be nice, or just to make people feel good. Like, no. What about me? Like, you know, like, so like boys in my DM, I barely reply, and if I do reply, it's thank you, and I leave it at that. I don't keep talking to them. And if I do talk to boys, just they better know, like, you must have really caught my attention or I was bored, because I really am very protective over my energy, and I feel like that is so important as girls, because we just have like the best energy. So be very aware of who you're giving your time and energy to. And yeah, this was a shorter girl talk, but I definitely feel like I said enough for you guys to understand. And I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys love my new and updated thinking. And make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Love you guys. You're a pretty princess too, and I'll see y'all in the next video.